Hey, right now I am at the Gettysburg Museum of History, of course, in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. And one of the things that we do quite a bit on this channel are unboxings. Well, today we have a couple of friends who are going to be visiting the museum here, so I think we're going to duck in and get some of their thoughts on some of the things that they're seeing. And we are also going to do what is probably going to be the unboxing of the most expensive item that we have ever unboxed right here on this channel. So, Chris, tell me what it's like walking into this museum for the first time.
Well, it's sensory overload, first of all, because there's so much here. And when there's so much here, you can be tempted to think that it's not important, but there's so much here, and every single piece that you see is something that just is wow. And you know, and right now we're standing in like a Civil War section, so there's a lot of Civil War stuff here. And the one that always catches my eye is like the original photo of Wesley Culp. This is a photo you see all the time. And this is one of the actual like originals of that. And you know, it's so connected with Gettysburg history to see something like that. And then this is one I just noticed for the first time too, is the 20th Maine Widow's Pension, signed by then Governor Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain. And just over and over and over again, you just see stuff like that and you're just captivated by it. Yeah, so I saw this, and the first thing I thought was Iron Brigade hat, because I saw the two. I thought maybe 2nd Wisconsin looks like a black hat, but you were telling me it's not.
Yeah, it's you're correct. It is the same type of hat that the Iron Brigade would wear, but in this configuration, it's actually cavalry, because it has the cross sabers there, and it has a yellow band, whereas the Iron Brigade would have a horn for infantry and a blue band for infantry as well. So that's a parade hat for a cavalry guy.
And then speaking of like really cool stuff connected right to Gettysburg, then you go right here and you've got the headquarters desk of the 20th Maine, Joshua Chamberlain. I mean, it doesn't get more famous than that when you're talking about Gettysburg.
Yeah, that's a great piece, and you know, it came from a person that lived up in Maine whose grandfather got it from Chamberlain's, I think it was his daughter, sold it to a family friend, and they had it ever since. But it has like a handwritten note down there about it being the desk of the 20th Maine, and it was used by Spear and also
Adelbert Ames,
and Ames as well. And actually, this was in the Chamberlain house for a while. I think they gave it back to him when he was governor, and it was up there for a while. But then his daughter, I believe it was, or maybe it was his niece, I can't remember which one, but there's paperwork with it too, sold some items to some family friends. So this literally walked in here one day. Guy had a whole bunch of antique guns, and they were like really high quality guns, but he knew the prices. I mean, he had it, you know, there wasn't anything I could buy at a good enough price that I was really that into it. He said, well, I got this other thing. Let me go out in the car. And he comes in, and I was like, oh, great, a field desk, just what I need. Takes up a lot of room. They're kind of boring. And he opens it up. He goes, might want to check out that inscription on there. And I almost fell over. I was like, oh my gosh, what a cool thing. So,
and that's one of the other things I love about this too, is that every one of these items is not only incredibly powerful history, but then there's a story attached to it too, and you know the background, and that's something that's really important to you, right? Is to know where the stuff comes from and how it's connected, and it's not just, well, so and so said this is what it was. Here, you know, we can talk about kind of the story of how it came to be.
To me, sometimes the acquisition is the most fun part.
Yeah.
You know, and like, you know, like Pawn Stars say, you never know what's going to walk in, and that was one of these times when something really amazing walked in. Like out of the blue. I mean, I knew the guy was coming with antique guns, but I didn't know he was going to have this.
Yeah, like Chris said, you know, it's sensory overload. It's just so much cool stuff. And you know, I'm from the Netherlands, so I get to travel around Europe pretty easily. We have some great museums there, but you know, I haven't seen anything like this in Europe. That's how good it is, and how so much legendary stuff there is, and yeah, it's mind blowing.
What's jumping out at you here?
Yeah, of course the Dick Winter stuff. I actually got to visit his grave this past week, so it's pretty special. And now to see all that stuff here, yeah, it's great. The man is a legend, and to be able to see it now so up close, that's amazing. Never thought I would be able to see it, but yeah, I'm here. It's cool.
Now, if you've watched this channel for any amount of time, this is a room that you are quite familiar with. This is the World War II trophy room. So right here, this is a collection of Hitler's silver that was brought back by this soldier right here, a guy by the name of John Schwinder. And then there are all kinds of other things that Americans brought back after the Second World War as trophies, things like Himmler's pistol, Hitler's pistol, not the one that he shot himself with, but another. We have a bunch of items that we've talked about before that personally belonged to Hitler. So all of these things that you see here are symbols of Allied victory. And probably one of the most rare is this one right here.
So we're at the Gettysburg Museum of History office here. We're gonna do the probably most crazy unboxing we've ever done. A lot of times people ask values on things. I don't like to talk about values, although you can go to the website and see the values on some of this stuff. But this will probably be the most valuable thing I've ever unboxed, and probably will be unboxed on any channel anywhere. That's a bold statement, but this is up there. So, you know, I wanted to hype it a little bit before I opened it. And again, this came to me through FedEx. I was gonna fly to go pick it up, but we have an event this weekend and I couldn't do it. So it was sent through a FedEx account, and it was sent with air tags and in most secure way possible. So enough hype, let's get to it. It's pretty wild. It may take me a while to get it out of here because I don't know how it's boxed. I'll cut this a little bit more. The top was already open, but I'll open it more. But I have not pulled this out yet. I mean, this is a real, really the first time I've seen it in person. But there's probably a ton of packing material. Yeah, this is going to be very awkward, but it'll build the anticipation maybe. I don't know, but it's pretty cool piece. Okay, let's see what this is. This is probably. Okay, so this is probably the most rare part of this, so maybe I'll save that for last. So let's get this out. This is the main part of it, but probably not the most rare part of it, because this is something that would be in pieces. Oh yeah, here we go. So we have one of these at the museum, but now we have another one. This is a Deutschlanderwachs standard. And this one's in remarkable condition. It's really, really in good condition. The one we have at the museum is a little weathered, but this one's pretty mint. And the crossbar here is brown, so this is an SA version. The one we have in the museum is an SS version. But I mean, just the condition on that is just remarkable. So I'm gonna put that down for a minute here, because there's more to it. People who have seen these in person know that there's more to these. Guy packed it pretty well, that's good. I'll have to find his air tag so I can send it back to him. It's in there somewhere. So here's the top part, the pole topper. And again, this is in really good shape. This is a very, very nice one. It's got the maker on here. Wow. Like I said, I saw photos, but I haven't seen it in person yet. Pretty spectacular. All right, so let's go to I'm gonna put this on the chair just so I'm not setting it on the desk. So this is the really rare part. This is the part that, there's flags out there, there's some toppers out there, but there's not very many of these out there. This is just incredible. This is an original box. So it's got NSDAP here. So that must be the screw. Yeah, he had it taped, so I want to be careful. That's like painter's tape, but still, you got to be careful. There's a screw on this side too. But, oh, yeah, there we go. Okay. But there's the district. There's reproductions of these, but when you see a real one, you can tell the difference, or at least I can. And yeah, you just don't see these hardly ever. This is maybe only the third one I've seen in person, for the box, that is. Super rare. I don't know how many of them are over here. I've been told there's like 2 or 3 in the US. I'm not sure, but now there's going to be 2 at the Gettysburg Museum of History, at least temporarily. We haven't decided what we're going to do with this yet. I mean, we already have one in our collection. It'd be kind of cool to have 2, but they're super expensive, so we'll have to see. Now, this also has poles. We have another box that have the poles in, but I think what we're going to do is set it up and show it to you all assembled, because that's the way it looks most impressive. I got the poles out of another box that was sent to me, and these poles are replacements. They're not authentic to the piece, so they're there for display purposes. And I didn't put the screw into the box yet. I just wanted to assemble it now, kind of like quickly for the camera here, and then we'll fix it all up once we put it on display. But it's a pretty impressive piece, and the condition is just amazing, especially the flag. I mean, that flag was kept really nice and rolled up, I'm sure. Now, I'm not sure where this came from. We don't have really veteran history on this or anything, but the one, as I said before, in the museum now is a black SS one. It has the black poles and the black box, whereas this one is for the SA units. This is the district here, and then the other side it says NSDAP, and I think this is the only place that there's 2 of them in the U.S. at least. I'm sure in Russia they have a bunch of them, but pretty impressive piece. And the history of these things, they were used at the rallies and everything, but every time one was brought out for use, when it was first consecrated, I guess you'd say, it was Hitler himself would touch it to the blood flag, which was the martyr flag from the Beer Hall Putsch. It had blood of some of the Nazis that were killed during that Beer Hall Putsch. So it was kind of like a ritual thing that they would do. So all these were touched by the blood flag, and just an amazing piece. I mean, I never thought we would have one, let alone 2 of them here. So pretty incredible piece.